think... Give me a second to figure this out, because I'm going to be very upset. Yeah, I think I've been recording this entire time and I never actually went live. Like, that is sad. I think I've been doing it for like 30 minutes. Oh, man. I feel completely dumb. I don't even know what to say, but I guess I'm going to continue on. Like, I had some good stuff there that I was talking to. I'm like, oh, no one's around. But it's okay. It's okay. What did I say in my other one? New desk. Just did my taxes. Wasn't sure if I was going to stop doing Pokemon. Was thinking about doing just Shadowverse. Drinking Liquid Death. Really good compared to just regular sodas. Wow, I cannot believe I wasn't even streaming. Okay, well, I should just continue then. I gotta get my setup back. Let me just pop up. Hey, Lamy, what's going on? So I thought I was streaming for the past like 30 minutes or 45 minutes. And I wasn't. So I was packing up cards and talking to nobody. In OBS, I clicked start, but I didn't click go live. So I'm pretty mad at myself. Because I was talking about some good stuff. Like, I was talking about just the business in general and doing taxes, and then how it makes me want to quit. It has me thinking I should quit, to be honest. Then a little bit about the state of Pokemon, finding stuff. As you can see, I have 2 ETBs for Prismatic Evolutions that I did not find. My cousin found them and sent them to me from California. You talk to yourself sometimes also. Any good conversations? I know for me, sometimes I have conversations with my boss while, I'm showering, I'm getting ready for work. And I don't know why. I have full-on conversations in my head with my boss. Like, oh, this is how it's going to go. I'm going to say this or that. But I don't even talk to him. So it's just a waste. Makes me wonder what people, if people do the same thing about me. So I started packing this up before I clicked the go live. This one is 10 bulk Digimon cards. So a lot of them under 10 cents that other people are selling them for. But I sell them for 49 cents because that's my floor. And yeah, $5.40. Not bad. But that's enough of me talking about myself. I want to know how your night's going. Or your weekend. Let's start there. I'm still too lazy to switch up the music. Hey Jake, how's it going? Did you have to pay a lot of taxes on your TCG sales? Yes. So I only sell on TCGplayer and eBay. And so, again, this is coming from the tax professional. I didn't do my own taxes. She just asked me questions. And on eBay, I didn't sell enough money to get an actual 1099 form. So she was like, you don't have to worry about that. I'm like, okay. So on TCGplayer, it was $16,000 that I sold. That's, what I actually sold was $16,000, and that factored in, the fees, the shipping, the returns were factored into that, and with that, and also we got to remember, since I started last year, pretty much, I bought a printer, I bought a desk, I bought a computer, I bought all these things. So I lost money in my business. So, but because of the write-offs, I got $2,000. So that was $2,000. And I'm rounding, by the way. $2,000 of actual cash I got to keep in my pocket after taxes and factoring in how much it cost me to get all these cards. And I spend probably, this is like a part-time job. We're going to say like 20 hours a week packing and shipping cards and buying and doing all that. So 20 hours every day to make $2,000 in a year. It's not good. So even the tax person, she told me to quit. Not in a way that she's like, you need to quit. She just said that all of her side hustles that she's tried, that she did the taxes correctly on, she's always lost money. All right, that one's going out again. Tennessee. And then Lami, I've been thinking about buying supplies and stuff and start selling my cards on TCGplayer eBay. Yeah. So my advice before, when people were like, oh, should I start? I'm like, yeah, get some supplies, get all this stuff. And now I'm on the fence because you have to really love this. You really have to love opening packs and talk and if you're just doing the card sales and not doing a YouTube channel or something, it's a lot of work. And I think if I was more of a player, because I got into this with the mindset that I'd be playing more Magic and more games and everything, but now it just turned into I rip it, I sell it, and the joy was kind of gone. But you can make money. So when you actually factor in what I made, what I sold, minus the inventory, if you didn't buy a new computer, a desk, a printer, like you're not going to buy those things next year. And I'm factoring that in when it comes to my profit. So it's basically $2,000 in my pocket plus all the equipment, even counting this microphone, the cameras that I got. I bought 2 monitors. So it's not terrible. It's just that $16,000 turned into nothing real quick. Real quick. All the stuff you have now and all your bulk is considered inventory. Yes, it is 100% inventory because I asked her about that. I said, I said, what everyone's thinking. I buy, let's say this ETB, has a certain amount of packs in it, and I get nothing, like there's no hits or anything. She still said you have to calculate. That is inventory. And the only way around that is obviously you sell the bulk or you donate the bulk to a charity, and then you can write it off on your taxes. All right, next one. Let me print this real quick. Going to Tennessee. Wait, hold on. I just shipped that one. Never mind. Next one, going to Arizona. We got 3 Shadowverse cards for $250 each. Let's print that. Okay, let's see what we got here. What did I miss? Inventory. Bank account. Yeah, so my process, I didn't make a new... I'm out of paper in my printer. Hold on. Where's my paper? Okay. Sorry about that. Let's see. Said in another video I made a whole bank account. Yeah. So I opened a bank account and 2 credit cards. So when I was going through the taxes, I liked it because it was very easy to see how much I paid on inventory. Because, again, started the business with no money. I did 2 credit cards. And it's nice when you pull your end of year report that they give you. There's just check boxes for what you're going to expense and write off. So one had nothing but just, cards. And the other one had nothing but shipping and envelopes and things like that. I suggest going the credit card route also because you get points and then you use those points to pay off a little of the bill. They add up when you're buying thousands of dollars worth of cards. And if you don't have credit cards and if you don't have good credit, I got some links for Capital One. They pretty much approve almost anybody. And those are the 2 cards I have. And if you sign up, I get $150 and then you get, I forgot how much. It changes all the time. I think last time was $200. Like you spend a certain amount and you get a $200 credit. And 0 interest for a little bit. It's not a bad deal. Let's see. You like to rip and grade the big hits and sell the other stuff I don't need. When you grade the big hits, are you selling the hits? Or is that just going into your collection? Let's see. Hardest thing, finding supplies. A6 envelopes. I need folder receipts. Fit. Yeah. A10s with windows. Seem to be the standard. I know other people, they just, they don't do the windows. That's just an extra step to get to print out labels and stick them on. All right, let me grab 3 Jabberwock. SL. Where did I put those? What's that? But I do think that a lot of people who are selling cards are just doing it under the table, buying stuff, selling it on OfferUp or Facebook and not doing their taxes, which it's fine. But problem is TCGplayer and eBay report it. They legitimately have to report it. So the IRS knows you got a 1099 and they want their money. And they'll get their money eventually. All right, got 3 of these, $2.50 each. The other interesting thing with taxes is coming up with how much you paid for your inventory. Because she really wanted to know how much I paid. And I'm like, some of these cards are trash. They're worth nothing. And she's like, just take the pack cost and divide that by how many cards are in the pack. And that's how much each card is worth on your taxes. I'm like, even if one card's worth $1,000, she's like, yup, you paid 10 cents for it, basically. So that definitely ruins it, because that shows that you made like if you pull a was it Embryon? I've ignored Prismatic Evolution so much because I can't find it that I don't even know what the big hits are. But yeah, if you pulled it out of this pack, according to the IRS and everything, that card you paid 10 cents for, and you made like $1,000 on profit. So they're going to tax $1,000 from you as income. And that's where things get a bit annoying. So I'm on the fence part of me is like, maybe I should just give it another year. Because if I do that, I won't have to account for all these expenses of microphones, cameras, printers, label printers. And it'll give me a more accurate number for how much I actually make going forward. And I spent like $600 on stamps. Just regular stamps. $600. That is crazy to me. For something that's worth pennies. Other thing I found out was all the stuff I didn't sell, I cannot write off my taxes because it still counts as inventory that hasn't sold yet. And so they think I'm going to sell it next year, which, you know, I might. It's still an inventory. Okay, ship that. That one's going out. Next one is going to Kentucky. Lorcana. Okay. I haven't sold Lorcana in a while. I usually lose money on those booster boxes. So they bought 4 Super Goofs. You got lucky with Prismatic, found Ace Hardware, small town. Had hundreds of 3-pack sticker. I didn't even know Ace Hardware had it. There's a lot of things. I didn't know, because this came from Big Five, that sporting goods store. I didn't even know they sold them. So now I have my cousin, like, I told him to buy on site. If he sees them, if they're MSRP, just buy them and I'll pay him for it, plus the shipping. So he kept a couple for himself, sent me these 2. Just because, you know, he sells them on the side, but he doesn't have a channel or anything or a legitimate business. He just kind of flips on OfferUp. All right. Let's grab a super. Where did I put these? Super Goof. Ursula's Return. Gotta think about this for a second. Where did I put them? Found, oops, 2 of them. Fuck. I honestly don't know where these Super Goofs are. I bought a ton of the Lorcana Learn to Plays, and I think it's in there. But I don't know where. So what did you do with the Prismatic? Did you open them, or did you just sell them sealed? Oh, come on. So they're not in 2. or 3.
Take the picture, but you rolled your eyes. Now I'm mortified and still terrorized. Push me behind to get me from my better side. I wanna push you back, but that's all you want. Wanna rub me up, I'm holding back. Trying to get me framed, throw me in cuffs. Said I attacked you, that's just a false truth. No need to argue, and yeah, I've had enough. You follow me anywhere I try to be alone. I find you there. There's more to me. Everywhere I try to go alone, I find you there. You follow me anywhere I try to be alone. I find you there.
Maybe they're in here. Let's see. Open them all. Actually got a God pack. Intended for grading. Never done that before. I've never opened a God pack before. Does that one have all the evolutions? Evolutions? Or is it just a like all random illustrations and things like that? There we go. Super Goof. Come on. I forgot how much I bought those Learn to Plays for. I think they're like $5 each, so I got my money back quick, and I have a stack of cards. There we go. Who are you going to grade with? Going to go with a standard PSA? Going to try CGC? Going to try one of those new ones like Tag? Well, that's just art that Eevee evolves into. Damn, that's a lot of money right there. So you're going to grade them, and you're going to keep them, or you're going to try to flip and get some thousands of dollars, because I think at the end of the day, it's going to be thousands of dollars graded, especially if you hit some 10s. I mean, grading's not so bad. It's just you gotta wait forever to get the cards back, but you pack them up all nice, you ship them off. You got tracking and insurance on it, so if something happens to them, it's gonna be fine. I don't hear too many stories about them losing cards either. Just that it takes forever, or they're not happy with the grades. You know, no one wants a 9 when a 10's possible. Even though all the cards that I have for my collection that are graded, I got a bunch of 9s. I got some 8s, 8.5. I really don't care. All right, Super Goofs are packed up and ready. They're going to flip. I was reading into the PSA. We'll sell it on eBay too. Yeah. So I bought stuff. I forgot the word, because when I shop for slabs, eBay Direct, eBay, or what am I saying? eBay PSA Vault is that what I think it's called, and that's something that comes straight from PSA to me. I bought a bunch of things that way. Usually, that's me buying 8s and 9s, sometimes 7s, that no one cares about. They probably just didn't want them back. I guess it just depends on the availability on that specific evolution. Because if there's only like 3 of them on there and you got a decent price, people are still going to buy from you with only 60 sales on there. They will, because there's no other option. I bought stuff from some people that have 0. I mean, I don't spend thousands of dollars on graded cards. But there's a protection. eBay will still protect you. If they don't actually give you your order, you're still going to get your money back. All right, let me edit Super Goof. Got to add 4 more to the inventory. I also caused myself more work. So instead of putting all the cards and listing them, I only list a playset just in case the prices go up. Yup, Crim, tax form 1099. Actually, I say yup like that. I'm pretty sure it was a 1099. $10.99K. That's what it is. I'm like, 1099 doesn't sound right. It has that extra K at the end of it. Did you get one too from your sales? But I don't like, yeah, the PSA Vault Direct sounds cool, but 16% of, some of those cards you're going to get could come back at 10, and they're going to be hundreds, could be $1,000 on that one card, and 16%, you really want to lose like $100 and something dollars? I mean, you wouldn't have to deal with shipping or anything, but shipping doesn't cost that much. All right, let's ship that out. Next one is someone just bought something while I was talking. I love it and hate it at the same time. Okay. Oh, we have a jumbo card. I don't even know why I have these listed, because I hate shipping them out because I don't make much money on them. Because every time they only buy 1. If they would buy 2 jumbo cards, then it's not so bad. I gotta find out where I have my jumbo cards. Like, I really like buying the EX boxes and V boxes. All right, let me find the one they actually want. Still surprised I have the Zapdos. I thought that one would go pretty quick, but everyone... Oh, that's my last Mimikyu. I bought so many of these boxes when I first started. Had to been like 30 or 40 of them because GameStop had them for sale. Same thing with these Virizion Vs. I don't know why they were so cheap. But now I look at it, if I would have kept them sealed, I could have just sold them for more. It's like the story of just everyone's life. Like, no matter what Pokemon thing, it's still cheaper, or it's still more profit to sell sealed, is what I meant. And yeah, I don't care about grading numbers. I got this 6 right here. but it's first edition. It actually doesn't even look that bad, and I think I like the black like borders that they have. I think it just looks nice. I feel like I should. Well, it's probably because that corner wear right there, all around there. It doesn't look that great. And these are the perfect size sleeves, like these photograph sleeves for these cards. Come on, open up. It's another one ready to go. That was $2, by the way. It wasn't even, the jumbo cards don't sell for that much unless they're really old. Yeah, a lot of people selling for $1, $1.50. Mine just happened to be cheaper. What do I charge for shipping on that? Shipping $1.99 shipping, so that's not terrible. Ship that out. What do we got now? We have one Digimon card going to Minnesota. $2.87 for a Tentamon alt art from the Classic Collection. I'm excited about that because I've been holding onto this card for a long time. And it's finally gone. But now to find it. That's always fun. But yeah, I don't know if this will be my last year of doing this. I like the YouTube portion, but the time and the actual profit, I don't know. All right, let me find this Tentamon. Right there. $2.87 going out. I'm also thinking about doing a giveaway for those 2 prismatic ETBs. I just can't think of the whole process and how I want to do that. Because I would hate to do it if a bunch of people like sign on and I mess it up somehow, or nobody signs up for it but one person. Because I've never done like a bigger giveaway, because I think those are selling for like $150 or something right now. It's not like I'm just doing a giveaway for something that's like $10. Alright, that is shipped. Next one, $1.45, one card. That is a Shadowverse. Shinko Windy. That's a foil. What is this? I think it's one of the premium. Yeah, it is a premium card. Just an uncommon though. How many cards are you comfortable stacking in a shipping shield with regular stamps? You semi-rigid's not shipping shields, but after 3 or 4 cards, I put non-shield stamps because I'm worried. So I kind of take risks on this, but I did go to the post office and ask, and everyone has a different opinion on what would go through. So it depends what game, because like Digimon cards, One Piece, they're a little thicker than Pokemon and Shadowverse. If it's Shadowverse, I put 6 in a shipping shield, so I can put 12 cards, you know, these stacked next to each other. And so far, most of them go through. And then I try 5 if it's going to be a Bandai game that's thicker. But I've also sent a single one in a shipping shield, and it got returned to me. So it just kind of depends. I also switch it up. If it's going to California, which is right next to me, I'll just do a stamp and an additional ounce stamp, and I've had no problems. If it's going farther away, then yeah, I'd probably put more of a non-machinable stamp. Sometimes I double up on just the regular stamps, and it goes through. It's just how much risk you want. It's just weird. Some things I sent with the correct postage and it came back. Other things I did postage and it went through. I think the postal worker is forced to. You know, they see it. If it doesn't slide through the machine, are they going to send it back and then screw the person over that's receiving this envelope? And I think most of them just send it through anyways. But having all of them be non-machinable stamps, I mean, it's going to eat in that profit quite a bit. All right, let me grab this. And I've been buying a lot of cards on TCGplayer, like stacks of 20 or 30 of the same card, just because, you know, I'm just adding it to the collection. I want to fill up a binder with just the same stuff. And some of them don't even send it in a shipping shield or a top load or anything, or a semi-rigid. They just send it in a penny sleeve, and it came just fine. Had someone jam 30 cards into one plain white envelope, all in penny sleeves. No issues. Has me thinking if I should risk it more. I need... There we go. How much did I sell this for? $1.45. I think it's up to like $3 now, so that kind of sucks. Do they send it back to you if they reject it? Do they send it anyways and charge the person receiving the envelope? A little bit of both. I asked on that too, and it just depends on how they feel. I've had some just return not enough postage or too thick. You know, it said on the envelope. I had a stack of them, but I forgot how many orders I've had. I think it's over 1,000. Over 1,000 orders, and I've only had 5 things actually come back. A couple of them went through, and the seller just paid for it. Kind of sucks. I wish I could throw in something, but everything else kind of just went through. I've had a lot returned to me because the address wasn't correct. Like, it wasn't a legitimate address, but I'm printing it out on the packing slip. And then I reach out to them and say, hey, the cards got returned to me. Do you have an updated address? And usually they just disappear on me. They just never respond. I wish there was just a better way, like a clear way to do postage. That's why I like eBay, to get that, you know, trading card shipping. Because technically, when I asked everyone, you know, this should go through just fine. You know, it's not too thick. It's just one card. But even those sometimes get rejected. This one's going to California, so one state over. I never have anything missing going to California either. It's usually other states. There's certain small towns in Texas that there was a point where all the cards I sent there kept coming back. That was part of like the small handful that did come back, but I just found it interesting that it was the same zip code. Because how much are non-machinable stamps? Now, let me look. Prices seem to keep going up on me. Non-machinable stamp. $1.19. I mean, I guess that's not terrible. Because, yeah, if I'm... Hold on. A regular stamp right now is worth... I don't know why my memory's not working. What's it cost? 73 cents. So yeah, if I'm doubling up some of the stuff I'm doing, I'm paying more postage than I should by like 20 cents. So, yeah, I should probably go buy them. Like, I bought some before and I ran out, and then I'm just like, well, what's the point? All my stuff's going through anyways. And if we do a Forever Stamp, 73 cents, and an additional ounce stamp cost is 28 cents. Oh, come on. Yeah, so if you do a stamp, a regular Forever Stamp, additional ounce, you are under by about, what was that, about 10 cents? 15 cents? Something like that? I keep closing the window on how much things are. So yeah, you're under the non-machinable cost by like 10 cents or 15 cents. So I think that's why things just end up going through when they shouldn't. But that's also if they catch it. All these things get run through the machine no matter what. The postal worker said even the non-machinable stuff, still they run it through the machine. Like one person said, as long as it doesn't get stuck, they never even see it. Like no matter what, you put the stamp on, you stamp it saying non-machinable only, they said they're still gonna send it through that machine. Like nobody's got time to be sitting there sorting through all the non-machinable stuff. Alright, shipping that off. Well, who's texting me? It's my job, my regular job. And it's not important. Well, I got 4 messages I need to go through. What are these? Oh, these are just telling me new sets are coming out. I don't need to worry about that. Don't have any returns. Let me look at my payments that are coming through. Kind of slowed down these past months because I stopped buying more inventory because I wanted to wait till the taxes are over. So I got a lot of payments from like 80 bucks here, 100 bucks there, 70 bucks there. So not my usual, like here's $500 within one pay period. But all this is profit. I already paid off the actual inventory costs. So I should be getting about 200 and something coming in. And all this inventory behind me. But, wow. But because I started this video and I forgot to click go live, it seems very short. It should have been a bit longer, but how about we open something up that's sitting on the desk? Let me move the card camera. That'll be fine. Just clean up a little bit. What do I want to open, though? Let me look and see how much this is. I don't know how much this is sealed. Like, this might be worth opening right now. Plus, it has some jumbo cards that I like. Let's see. Alright, TCGplayer. Actually, let's just do Pokemon Combined Powers Premium Collection. Yeah, it's only going for $60 on TCGplayer. I think I can open this right now. Like, I forgot what packs are even in here, but it went up. It was selling for, what is this? Let's go. So it's $30 a year ago, and it almost doubled in a year, but we got. Oh, it has 11 booster packs. Huh. Renzo, how's it going? Curious with TCG. So let's say I sell a $1,000 card. I pay like 20 to 30% in taxes to Uncle Sam. Yep. Well, no, I take that back. Hold on. We have to establish what you paid to acquire that card. So let's say you paid $500 for that card, and then you sold it for $1,000. They're just going to tax your profits. So that'd be $500 in that case. But if you pulled it from a pack, you basically paid 10 cents for that card. So it's not going to help you much on your deductions by writing it off. But yes, they'll see that that $1,000 card as $1,000 in profit. So it's slightly better if you are to, buy singles. Like if you flip singles, like you buy it for, like I said, $500 and sell it for $1,000. You're gonna get to keep more of the, more of the profit. But at the same time, is it really that much profit if you paid $500 for it? All right, we're opening this. Yep, if you pull it. So how they had me calculate it, the tax professional, again, I went to a tax person. They said, like this, for example. I forgot how much I bought this for. I could look it up on my account. But let's say I bought it for $20. I think it's more than that, MSRP. I would have to divide that by how many cards are actually in here. Counting the promos. And then counting all the cards in here. I asked her, does the code card count? And she's like, well, is it inventory? I'm like, technically, yes. So she's like, count the code card. And I was like, well, what about the energy? She's like, is it inventory? Count it. So when I calculated it, because I sell a lot of things that aren't just Pokemon, it came to roughly around 17 cents per card in inventory. So if I sold that card for 1K, I can write off 17 cents. I would say in the end, if you're going to work like 40 hours on this or more and really turn it into business, and this is how you're making money, the volume that you sell, even with Uncle Sam taking that 20 to 30%, you'll still be up. But if you're doing it on the side, it's really hard to make a lot of money because, again, I was doing this 20 hours a week, like a part-time job. Some days were even more. And all I got out of it was like a couple $1,000s in profit, like cash money. But if I would have sold all these rares on OfferUp or Facebook, I would have made more money. I wouldn't have got a 1099, that's for sure. And I think that's what most people are doing. They're not selling on TCGplayer, or they start up their own store. Now, if you start up your own store, now you have to charge the customer sales tax. If you don't charge them sales tax, you're going to get audited and they're going to take a shit ton of your money. Yeah, I hear you. This was a side that I would hope would grow into a full-time thing. But I can't. I make more money on my regular 9-to-5 job. And I would say if you keep it as a hobby and you just flip a couple, you're going to be able to do it longer. And I don't trust all the finance bros, the ones that are holding them and selling them later, because they're not paying taxes on anything. Not a single thing, because they didn't sell anything. They're just hoarding it. So, I mean, that's unrealized gains, not real profit. So I don't count what they say until they actually sell. Till I find someone that held on to product for years and sold all of it, I don't trust them. Going on to cons and everything, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely a good place. I sold a lot of Lorcana cards on Facebook. I didn't even factor those into my taxes, actually. I forgot completely about them. It's all right. Mainly do Pokemon, or do you do other stuff? Because Pokemon's not my main money maker. It's Digimon and Shadowverse. All right, we'll just start with Scarlet and Violet. I was looking into getting into Rip and Ships also. I just never set up a bank account for me to charge anyone. Right, keyboard's in the way. Let's see. Nothing going on. I don't know if anyone cares about it. Someone usually grabs these after the video is posted. Some of the reverse hollow trainers I usually make a decent amount of money on. But things like this Lechonk, I have so many of these listed and they never really sell. I think that's my problem with Pokemon. The regular commons don't sell. We're going to hit something good, Jake. We're going to get, what's in this set? Magikarp, I think is base Scarlet and Violet. I really stopped caring about Pokemon as far as keeping up with what's in them, just because it's hard to find. Palmy, Wiglet. I bought a ton of the Wug trios, the illustration rares for like 10 cents each, just hoping that it would go up. I haven't even opened anything yet. Oh, we got something. Just a Toxicroak EX. Probably like $1 or $2 card. So what happened was, Buddy was showing me picked Pikachu tin, and he pulled the Surging Sparks Pika Chase card. And after that, I was like, oh, let me jump in. You are lucky if you found your old binder. My mom gave those away. They went to Goodwill, and I had a lot of stuff. Lot of stuff gone. I mean, I don't even know if I took good care of them, but first edition stuff. I even had some, like, some Japanese ones, because what year was that? That had to be like 99 or 2000, where I was a kid and I was filling out surveys. I wasn't even really filling out surveys. I just clicked the first option, and if you did enough, they would send you Japanese Pokemon packs. So I was doing that for months, but all of it's gone. Binder, sold a few of those con, plus or minus 5 bills. No, not bad. Kept buying new moderns. I started when my, because I mean, you just heard that I grew up with Pokemon, but my cousin told me to buy, he was like, buy Pokemon and sports cards on site. He's like, don't think, just buy. And I'm like, why? And then I finally looked at the prices, and I'm like, that's why. This was during COVID, so... yeah. And then I just never stopped. I'm like, oh, I'll make a channel like YouTubing. How's the business going? Business might be closing because Taxman came and took all my money. So if I actually did the math, I probably was working for like $2 an hour. Because me being a small YouTuber, like this stream is probably going to make me 15 cents. You know, if I was PokeRev or something, I could see myself, you know, like the streaming part outweighs the card cost. But yeah, I'm debating just not buying any more cards and just slowly selling the inventory and then, you know, calling it a day. Because it's been like a toll on my life for such little gain. If I was getting a decent amount of returns, it wouldn't be so bad. What did you get when you sent the good ones to PSA? What'd you get? Did you get some 10s, some 9s? Sold a full base set, Jungle and Fossil. All 3 complete sets on eBay for $150 when I was a kid. Ooh. Ooh. At least you got $50 out of it. Like, all my cards just disappeared, so. Had them in sleeves. Surprised I'd taken care of it. I had them in binders. I never used sleeves, but I would always put them in a binder. So mine were probably all messed up. And I kept giving my Magic cards away also. Like from Revised Edition, every time I quit playing, because when I quit a TCG, I would always just give my cards to a friend for free. I regret that. Oh, still okay, so that was a recent thing where you started selling. Now's a great time, though. Now's the perfect time because the craze is back again. Because when I started was after, like shortly after the COVID boom slowed down and I could find cards. Because I remember telling everyone, like, I don't get it. It's not hard to find Pokemon cards. But now we're living it again. So now I understand. I can't find a damn thing. Yeah, the tax, so... I mean, you're kind of forced with doing everything kind of under the table. You know, not selling much. Maybe sell the rare stuff here and there. And then Taxman won't come after you because you're not really a business. And you're not selling much. The other option was ramp up the sales. Basically, put more hours into it. And then more profit will come. It's just... I just don't have the time or the energy to like move tens of thousands of dollars. When I sold $16,000 worth of cards last year, that was with taking a 3-month break. I thought that was, you know, I thought that was me hustling just to find out. Nope. That's child's play when you see these other people selling hundreds of thousands of dollars in a year or millions. We're getting burned on these packs so far. Like I said, reverse hollow trainers sell. But like these aren't going to sell. No one's going to buy these. Maybe in like 10 years when like it's hard to get Obsidian Flame packs. But we'll see, because I like talking about it. I like making friends online and sharing my experience. Okay, we got a basic energy. I don't know if these are still selling for that much. Because when the set came out, I sold a couple that were, you know, it was pretty good. Let me look it up. I'm guessing that's probably like $3. I pulled one Charizard from Obsidian Flames. And that was when it first came out. So I made a decent amount of money, but it wasn't the best Charizard. What's the highest in there? I think this is still the Charizard and Obsidian Flames. No, that's not the most. Yeah, I had the gold Charizard. I think I sold it for like $60, and then it just plummeted. All right, where are you, energy? $3.45. So, and the Toxicroak. Like I said, I think it's gonna be $1. Let me find it. Oh no, it's gonna be less than $1. Toxicroak EX. No. Oh, I was on the wrong set. That's why. $1.58. So not looking great, but I got some Paradox Rift. But the reason for getting rid of Pokemon is like this isn't going to sell. But other games, the bulk sells. Like if you were watching earlier, a lot of that stuff I was packing up and shipping out from Shadowverse and Digimon, it's all for players. You know, commons and uncommons for 49 cents each. Like that's where my profit comes from. Bug tree. Oh, Hoopa EX. Probably another one that's gonna be Actually, I don't know. This one's probably like $1 also, unless it's a staple in someone's deck. Let's see. I should have did a break for these. 49 cents. Although whoever bought these to do a rip and shift would have been so pissed off at me. Nothing there. Got 2 packs left. I might open some more stuff. These have been sitting there for so long. And for some reason, I just refuse to sell sealed product. I know it's a bad business move, because I could have at least made some money back. Or I would have made money, actually, if I would have sold this sealed. 1 pack left. We got something. Does that look like it's going to be a $50 card so I can get my money back on this? We're going to keep it in suspense. What is the most expensive card in this set? I already forgot which ones I was opening. Paradox Rift. That's what it is. Paradox Rift. I don't know. It's something shiny. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, wrong set. That would have been Scarlet and Violet. I don't even think this... No, this set does have something worth 50 or more. But, nope, just a regular EX. I don't like these cards. Like that style. Because it's very hard for me to kind of see what's going on sometimes. I'm more of a fan of like the illustration rares. Like not shiny at all, just standard illustration rare. I'm guessing this one's going to be 49 cents also. Frostless. EX. 40 cents. Okay. So that was that. That was a fail. Let's open something else out. What do you guys think? Red or blue? We'll open one of these. I also don't know what's set, like what's going to be in here. So we got 5 booster packs. But what packs are in there? Man, I wish I was like the other people. I need to stop thinking that way though. That they could just rip like for hours straight. Like, yeah, we're opening booster packs until we get this one card. If only. Alright, what do you guys think? Blue or red to open? Which one has the hits in it? Or leave it sealed. Leave it sealed, still an option too. How much do these go for? It's a tin, right? Cryon EX tin. So these are going for $26. How much did I buy this for? These are ones that are so old when I bought them that I can't even remember. I feel like there was a sale on those. All right, we'll go blue. Blue has the hits. Get this plastic off. We're gonna fail at getting this plastic off. All right. We need a big hit here to make up, because I'm already in the negative by quite a bit. All right, Paldea Evolved. This one has... Oh, we have Silver Tempest and Brilliant Stars. I don't remember what the hit in Brilliant Stars is, but... All right, so we got some older ones. And then our Rhydon EX. Those will eventually sell. All the... like the promo cards, they don't sell for a lot, but they sell. Takes a little bit. And you know, oddly enough, I'm still selling Battle Academy cards. That was the first thing I ever opened for the channel. Just to try to get used to cameras and talking, and I didn't know better, but they're still selling. Okay, let's go in order of release, right? Backwards. We'll go backwards. Newest to oldest. There we go. I think that's it. Brilliant Stars came out for Silver Tempest, right? That sounds right. So Paldea Evolved. Or is Paldea Evolved the one with the Magikarp? I keep saying Magikarp. Paldea Evolved. Oops. Oh yeah, Paldea Evolves Magikarp. What is the Scarlet and Violet then? I'm like hoping for cards that aren't even the right set. Alright, where are you? Scarlet base set is the big hit. There is, I really don't have like a super big hit. Gardevoir EX. That would be the biggest hit, which actually isn't that big. That's only going for market price $53. 53. Let's see if we can hit it. First one's a bust. Alright, looking for the Magikarp in here. That one's like $80. And I go by just regular raw value. I don't like when people are like, I pulled a card and it's worth 1,000. I'm like, yeah, if you get a 10. You didn't get a 10. These two will sell as far as bulk goes, but we're talking like 49 cents. Alright, nothing in there. Scarlet and Violet, looking for the Gardevoir. EX. I'm like opening it without the suspense because I'm doing it backwards. There's nothing in here. Energy Switch, I'll sell that. Like, I like the reverse Holo Trainer cards. At least I'll get 49 cents for them. I started selling cards 4 days ago. Found your video very helpful so far. Selling all my old Digimon cards. My 9 analog youths made me so much money. Like, if you can find some classic collection that's $25 or below, like, I was making money on just that single card alone. But glad to hear it. Is it working out for you? As far as you like the work, it's not too much. You enjoy the process. Nothing in Silver Tempest. All right, Brilliant Stars. I don't know what Brilliant Stars has because I haven't bought too many of them. But I will say Digimon, if you stick with Digimon, it's almost a guarantee you're going to make money. Just because the booster boxes are so cheap. Alright, they have a Charizard V. And then an Umbreon VMAX would be the main hits in here. We don't got time for pack tricks either. Let's get to the middle. We got a Dusknoir. Like, aren't these cards just cool looking, though? I know it's not going to be worth probably anything, but these are way better than some of the VMAX cards. And I like how not everything's shiny. Like, the eyes are kind of cool that they glow, but he himself's not shiny. Alright, Dusknoir calling it. That is a 97-cent card. Let's see. Where is it? Is it going to be less than 90-some cents? No way. Why am I not seeing this card on TCGplayer? Guys, I'm blind. Oh, there it is. $1.79. So I was wrong. It's a little bit more. So far it's fun. Not sure I'm going to stick with Digimon, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. Yeah. So what's your main thing then? You gonna do Pokemon or? Because you're seeing it live right now, what it actually looks like when you start opening Pokemon. I probably opened about, those things alone were probably 40. Let's say this is like 20, $60 worth of packs to get like $5 worth of actual rare cards. Like, not great. All right, we're gonna open the red one up too, just because I can't go out like that. But I also get it, opening cards that you don't care about is not the greatest. Like, I opened some Star Wars just to see. I did make my money back on it, but I just there was no joy in it. I didn't care at all. At least with Pokemon, I grew up on it, so it's not bad. All right, got the Koraidon. And then Lorcana. Well, I don't care about the game that much. I know all the Disney characters, so opening them wasn't so bad. I liked it. Like, I liked seeing the artwork and everything. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! I opened 2 booster boxes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Just to kind of see. Alright, we got the same pack set up here. 2 things of Yu-Gi-Oh! And because they're not packed well, the ones I got. All the corners were dented up. So I couldn't sell anything that's near mint. But I did sell, some cards in it. Nothing. I am loving Shadowverse when it comes to selling. Got something back there. Shadowverse has been, the booster boxes I can get for like $25, certain places, certain times. Okay, I was looking for this card for a while, just because I love how it looks, and I never pulled it until today. But I think this is like a $5 card. And then I don't remember how much this is. Let's look. Let's see how much this pack got me. But I want to say it's probably going to be one of the better packs that we pulled. This pack is... But I just like purple. Like that's it. Okay, I should probably sleeve this up because it's... Oh, I hate how now TCGplayer, like when people post Japanese cards, it factors that price in, so it's not really 13 bucks. It's a bit more. It's not lightly played. We're gonna do near mint. So at $21. Okay, we're coming back. $21 here. Let's throw that in the sleeve. Oh, come on. And then the other one. Recent sets have notorious quality. Yeah, it was a recent set also. Unfortunately, this was the cheaper version, so $1 on him. The special illustration rare would have been like 40 bucks. But I think, actually, you'll know more about Yu-Gi-Oh than me, because I feel like I can make money off of it, but I just didn't find enough booster boxes on sale for me to do that. Okay, Scarlet and Violet. So this one's Gardevoir, I believe I'm looking for. And a whole lot of nothing. Professor's Research again will sell. Silver Tempest. We didn't look to see what Silver Tempest had. I was getting Silver Tempest ETBs for 25 bucks when I first started. Now they're 67? Lugia V is what we need. If we get a Lugia V right here now, I'm in the positive for all the stuff we opened. That's cool, Drowsy, though. We didn't do it. Nothing in there. Brilliant Stars can make up for it. Yeah. Well, I'm more of a bulk seller anyway, so that's where I get my... like most of my money from, because I sell a lot of these commons and uncommons for nothing. I sell them for 49 cents, even if it's like super common, and people buy them. Turbo Energy, that's gonna sell for a little bit. So there's a lot of 49-cent cards that just add up. The Rarity Collection set coming up. Really good to open. That could be a good option then. I just know that every card eventually sells. If you let it sit long enough. I still sell Classic Collection commons. It just takes a while before someone comes and buys them. And the more of one game you have, the better it is. Like, I believe that's why Digimon and Shadowverse are doing so well for me, because I have a lot of sets, a lot of cards. People can make decks just out of the cards that I have. Pokemon's a losing game. Just throwing that out there. Whatever. We can start opening this. I used to make videos about, you know, not unboxing, but opening packs of new sets, but this is just so old. Like, I never get them right away. It's old news. All the YouTubers got their stuff early, so mine doesn't really get any views. Unless I manage to get it day 1 or 2. Dedicated booster box openings just aren't worth it. So I know Classic Collection, for example, Ice Wall, even though it's not banned, but it's restricted. People bought all those. I don't have any more of those. You already saw what happened to Analog Youth. I packed up a Tentamon earlier. It's just, yeah, it's still good. But yeah, just definitely keep listing things. More stuff you have listed, better it's gonna be. But I'm not saying Classic Collection is gonna bring a lot of money though. Ooh, I got the Ghastly. I don't remember. They pumped this card at one point. I don't know what it's at now, but I know someone pumped this card when it first came out, and everyone was talking about it. Like, why is the Ghastly selling for so much? Of course, I think it's because it has Gengars and Haunters. You know, it's just an overall, and a Meowth. I don't know what he's doing there. That's a good find. We can move this Lugia. It's not that important. To reveal the Jinx. That's like a 10-cent card, but alright. Got a Ghastly. I think I flashed that. Ghastly, how much are you? That has to be the most expensive Ghastly. It just has to, right? Ghastly is... Okay, wait, hold on. What is that? Alt-art rare... What? Alright, this Temporal Forces. I don't know what that other card was. Okay, a lot of Korean cards. Oh, this is more... This is worth more than I thought. This is... It's going for $53.80 is the cheapest one. So... On a way to at least making my money back on this $50 card right there. Probably should throw that on top loader eventually, but they're not near me. Maybe I should have made a dedicated video of opening this. This is turning into just pack opening instead of packing up cards. I don't know if people are buying those. Let me look. Right on. Future. Of course that doesn't come up that way. I'm guessing that's going to be like 30 cents or something. Yeah, because it's not the Cosmos foil. Nope. It's just a regular. Well, they had promos for it from Best Buy. Huh. Yeah, it's just a 50-cent card. That's what I thought. Plenty of packs left, though. Gengar EX, okay. I mean, he looks pretty basic, but people like Gengar. How much is this guy? A lot of ghosts. Gengar EX. I'm gonna guess $8. What? Where's a near mint one? $23.75. Okay, so I'm at 70 something dollars. I think I'm actually gonna make money off this box. That's crazy. Hopefully it makes up for the other boxes that I didn't do too well on. Should have ripped and shipped this. This would have been good for people. Although I don't know if people are actually buying these booster packs. Okay, okay. How much are you? I'm gonna aim high, just because I keep guessing low. This one's gonna be $30. Let's see. It was not $30, but the cheapest one is $25. Okay. So it's like $100 on this box. And I think I bought it for 80. I'm feeling pretty good. I have a lot of packs left. A lot of packs left. We are getting hits. What do you think's in this? Nope. This one's gonna be better, but it's okay. They all can't be winners. But we'll sleeve it up anyways. That one's probably gonna be super cheap. I'm guessing under $1. Incineroar. What is this? Who's talking to me? What is this, kid? Oh, I sold something. I sold 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 Shadowverse cards. $16.73. Let's check out this Gengar. Alright, put my Lady Jinx back. Let's see. Gotta put that down. I'm not it looks like there's more room on the right by a little bit. So not completely centered, but my eyes could be just messed up. But it looks like this side has a little more border than the other side. Could just be me, though. It might just be me. My messed up eyes. I really need to get that centering gauge. What do you think? Centered or not? I still think it's slightly thicker on the right border. Corners look good. I'm not seeing, like when I pulled, sometimes I pulled them out and I dinged up the corners, but I'm not seeing whitening. My eyes say that it's thicker on the right. But Let's look at this Ghastly. Like the nope.
Honestly, fuck you, I'm tired.
Oh, I'm like, where'd my Ghastly
I
go?
wanna go home. Just give me a shower to
Okay, this one's definitely not center.
and take hold of my phone.
Like, look at that.
Got
Disappointing.
it all on a rainy day. Just by chance, I guess it usually
Like,
rains there. My
I'm pretty sure no matter whose eyes is looking at this, that right side is definitely thicker.
I stepped out from the liquor store. Woke up
Yeah, I mean, technically, it's still a mint card. Like, no matter what, near mint. You know, there's no damage on it or anything like that. So, I'm still happy with it. Originally, I was going to collect Haunters, but Haunter doesn't really have too many like cards. It's usually Ghastly and Gengars. And then I just changed my mind. So I'm like, we're not doing that anymore. Plus, I don't really like popular Pokemon because chasing them, because they're in every single set, like Charizards, that's just too much work. Every set's going to have a new one. You got to find it. And, you know, getting them, it's like hundreds of dollars depending on which one it is. Not sure how much these are worth. They're cool trainer cards, though. Guess it's going to be like $3. Unless it's in a deck. If it's like a staple in a deck. That changes everything. But that's why I also don't grade much. Yep, it's $3. Because, like, I pulled those. They're not going to come back at 10. So, I like buying slabs on eBay that are 9s or 8s because they're at such a discount. It's alright. We've made our money back on this booster box already. We're just trying to make up for the other tins that didn't have anything. I'm just trying to appreciate the cards here. Interesting Lickitung. Just all of them doing the same thing. You think the Gengar could... Okay, so if I compare the Gengar to the Ghastly on centering, yeah, it looks a lot more centered. There's also the Miss Magus too. I mean, it's not as big of a hit, but it's still a really nice card. And I would say this is probably the better as far as centering goes. And whitening. Like, this could get a 10, I think. Let me compare these. Well, I guess. Now that I have them stacked on it, it could just be my eyes, like, playing tricks on me. Let's look at eBay. What's a 10 going on? PSA Gengar X. We got a 9 going for $45. Not great. We got a 10. Let's switch to sold. What am I doing? I don't care what people actually are listing them at. Huh. So... What? That's not even an AGS Ghastly. That was an 8. Yeah, a Ghastly 8 like the one I have for AGS sold for... Hold on, what am I looking at? Nope, nope, I'm lying. It's listed for 60. eBay was just recommending that to me. A PSA 9 in that Ghastly sold for $77. And that was on March. Oh, that was today it sold. So that's not bad. That one's Japanese, so that doesn't count. A lot of... Ooh, that's not good. Nah. It's hard to tell because a lot of these are selling like in August. Like the Gengar in a 10 sold for like $50, but that was a while ago. That doesn't count. It's a new era. Everything's more expensive. One hasn't recently sold. That's a maybe. That's a maybe. On if I send it in to grade. Because, yeah, I might try switching my strategy for selling. Maybe I should just send all the hits to grade. It's less work on the selling end and more money. Oh, please give me some trainer cards. Ekans. Alright. It's almost midnight for me. Let's see if I can get through these. That way I can get to bed. There we go. Yeah, if it has nothing in it, I appreciate some reverse hollow trainers. Oh. I don't know if that was me. Did I dent that Arbok? Can't really see in the camera, but... Alright, we got another EX. That one's not worth anything. Still gonna sleeve it up. Never know, I could sell it to somebody that loves this Pokemon, and I want to keep it nice for them. But out of curiosity, I think it's gonna be under $1. It is 33 cents. I think my luck is running out on those first packs where I got all the hits. Now it's just downhill. Something's back there. But, no, that's going to be worth nothing. Also, this one seems shinier than the other ones. Right? Maybe it's just me. Oh, that's the Terra one. That's why. You gotta be under $1 also. Fair drop. EX. You are 58 whole cents. Alright. I wonder if the other side is gonna be as good. Nope. All right, what am I rooting for? Since we got the Ghastly and we got the Gengar. We are trying to get... Why is this? Oh. A Raging Bolt EX is what we want. Or we can continue with the Ghost and get Morty's Conviction because it has a Gengar in there. That would match the Gengar and the Ghastly. We got a Snom. Actually, it's pretty cool. Got the Snom. But not going to be worth anything. Let's find Tifu. Well, okay. It's not a complete waste. Because, okay, that's Korean, that's Japanese. Those are lightly played. It's about $9. Okay. Okay, $9 is good. All right, now for the right side. I like that Rapidash. Don't know why you can ride on them without getting burnt, though. That makes no sense. Ash is a sorcerer. Oh, I lost a lot to Sableye when I was playing the card game. Gouging Fire EX. Charge a bug. Not looking good for the right side so far. Probably another $3 card there for this trainer. Alright, these are cool. I would want my deck to have all these. Let's look it up. Neo Upper Energy. Praying that this is a staple. $2.15. So not really. The other one was better at around $4. God, this one's so goofy looking. Right? Alright. Well, I'm happy with it so far from the hits we got. I was just like one more big one to make my day. Are you a big one? Cypher Maniac's code breaking. Does she fall under waifu territory? Let's see. What? No. What's happening here? Why did not come up? Cypher Maniac. She is $5. Okay, not bad. Got a couple small things so far on the right side. Roaring Moon. Wonder if that. I wonder if those are selling right now for decks. Promo. Oh, it's not an EX. I thought it was something. I would be like $1.88, not bad. But nope. That is 5 whole cents. Sometimes you never know. Which is I like to check, because I have had cards sit there when I think, oh, it's just bulk nobody wants, just to find out everyone's playing it. What was it, Artifacts or Frigivax? One of those I sold a bunch of. We got our Goofy boy. I just had to call him Goofy and he popped up. Drampa. What are you worth? If I could spell. Okay, $10. Wait, that's Japanese, so it's gonna be a little more Japanese. All right, someone's trying to sell one for $12. He just started out, so we're gonna not count that one and go up to about 14 bucks. Not bad, not bad. We still got, what is that, like 7 packs left? All right, I want to sleep good tonight, so come on, big hits. Got something behind this Haunter. Never mind. Just an Iron Claw EX, which I think is going to be probably like maybe $1. Let's see. Iron Crown. Where are you? It's not looking too good. Got a sword low to high. Yeah, just 89 cents. I don't even know if I flashed half of these. Alright. Starting to get worried that there's no big hit on this side of the packs. We got 4 packs left. Four packs. Well, maybe I shouldn't have opened all these. Now I got nothing blocking the background there. Well, I guess I could load them up with the ETBs that I have on the shelf back there. I could put those down here as a background. I'm not opening those probably ever. Is that me bending that? I'm assuming it's just a code card, but I gotta be a little softer. Iron Boulder EX. I think that's gonna be another one that's gonna be maybe like $1. Hey, Jank City. I think... I think the way that I'm doing it, I'm done. Like after this, not that bulk doesn't make money. I don't have the time to do the volume to where bulk's gonna really get me much. So I might, on taxes, I might just donate just all the extra cards I don't use, like the stack of uncommons and commons, to write those off. But I need to pivot somehow to where it's less time consuming, whether that's just ripping and grading or flipping. Like I might try flipping instead, going on TCGplayer, buying a bunch of cards, and then going on eBay and selling them for more. You know, waiting a little bit, let them grow. But it's not that my tactic doesn't work. It does work. You know, I made money. But I think part of it is also where I'm at in life, in my regular career. Because my time is worth more if I would just invest that into getting more certifications, you know, trying to get the bonuses and everything at work. And I think that's my problem. If I was, let's say, early 20s again, then I probably would grind this out. Like, no problem. I would definitely grind this out. I also am thinking about just switching to one card game, because when someone buys cards, I have cards all over the place and I have to go hunt for them. And it just takes up more of my room. So the idea of the business since the very beginning was, again, I opened this with no money. I had money, but I didn't want to put my own personal money into it, so I opened credit cards. So all of this, everything I've sold, everything I have in this room was bought with, 2 credit cards and putting all the money back into it. Anything that was left over. So I used to take the profits. It goes into a bank account. I'd pay off the credit cards in full every month. And whatever was left over, I would buy a stock of something, like an ETF, you know, just traditional stocks, and I'd let it grow. And it's been growing pretty well. And then the idea was once it grows into like $20,000, then I would just buy a house with it, like $100,000 house. That'd be my down payment. And there's been some times where I went off the rails a little bit. So for example, all those ETBs in back of me, like that was bought with profit. Those are all Pokemon Center ones. That was with the profit that I got. The desk I'm working on was with the profit that I got. The camera, the microphone, the mouse pad, like all this stuff, the printers, was all with profit. So yeah, I didn't spend a single dime of it on bills or food or anything. It's all sitting in my bank account waiting for me to buy a house. So I was just trying to think of what I would have to do to be able to pay bills with this and buy food. And it was a lot more time that I don't have because I have a full-time job and I have a lot of hobbies. And I'm salary, and a manager. So some days I can't come home after 8 hours. Sometimes I'm working like 10, sometimes 11. Well, yeah, I'm still buying cards with it. So, but it's all on credit. So, like when I open the credit cards, I bought like $2,000 worth of cards, and I pay them off, and then what's ever left over goes into the stocks, and then I paid my credit cards off, so I buy another $2,000 worth of cards on credit, and when I pay those credit cards off and take the profit. So that's what I meant. So I take the profit after paying off the credit cards, and I just keep repeating because I like the points I get from the credit cards. It builds my credit, so it lets me work towards a house easier. You know, good credit's going to be better. And my inventory a lot of the time is terrible for a last pack. And all the inventory that I opened like this was all clearance. Like I bought this online. This was before Pokemon was going crazy again. And I think I got it for like $80 or $85. Now I think, and again, technically if I would have just sold this sealed, I would have made money. But my problem is I just can't bring myself to sell sealed. So all the stuff I opened today, I am at a negative. Yeah, you got unlucky. If your post office is making you put, you know, machinable stamps on like a single card you sell, that's just bad luck. Because that doesn't happen here. I've only had a couple returns, not enough postage, and it was going to the same zip code. So it was hitting a post office that was just so strict. Oops, I like knock this off center. That's close enough. So what are you going to pivot to? Just because there's no avoiding it. If your post office isn't letting things go through. And then also, are you handing it? You're handing it off to the, like you're sending it at the post office. I just drop it in my mail delivery slot and no problems. Check the mail today. 24 letters got rejected. Damn. I mean, you could still make it happen with the non-machinable stamps. It's just gonna eat into your profit a little bit. And on taxes, you can write it off as far as, you know, the stamps go, because it counts as supplies. But these are the hits for the night. Nothing too crazy. Well, I shouldn't say nothing too crazy, because I did get some pretty good hits. Drampa was $10. $5 for the Cyphermanic code breaking. $2 there. If I don't say anything, it's probably like $1. Snom, I think, was $9. Gengar was, I already forgot, but it was quite a bit. Miss Magus was in the 20s, I think. Awakening Drum, that was $5. The Ghastly is one of the big ones. I think that was $50. Incineroar, Metagross was $20. Toxtrot was like $1. Dusknoir was like $2. And that was like $1. I think I'm pivoting to mostly doing strictly graded Pokemon and doing 100% of my deals at shows. I mean, that'll work, but you're definitely going to have, like, you're going to need a lot of inventory. I don't know how much you're putting into the business or how much you already have. But, because you got to pay for a booth, which eats in your profit. And then you just have to have a lot of cards. I've seen booths at shows that no one's going to, because they just don't have the volume. But I will say, strictly graded though, it makes it easier, because if you're going to sell on eBay, let's say, I mean, the shipping's less of an issue, because if you're selling graded cards that are worth something, they all have tracking on them. They're all in padded envelopes or boxes, so it's not as bad. I keep hitting the microphone cable, so hopefully it's not too awful. God, I need to cut this. Okay. Why are you hitting me? I ran out of stuff to do today. 7,000 in your bank. Table usually 150 to 300. Just depends on what show you go to. For instance, I'm attending Dallas Card Show next week. Each table is $300. Okay. That's not terrible. If you have the volume and you're fine with sitting there all day, I'm sure you can make the money. Now, the question is, are you going to put that down on your taxes? Because that eats in your profit a lot. Like, I live in Vegas. We have front row card show, but it's just okay. It's not a huge one. I haven't actually been to a really big one yet. I'm probably gonna start going to the ones in California just because they're right there. Yeah. Yeah, you can write that. I wrote off like going to the front row card show, like on taxes. I think it was like $20 to get in or something like that. I wrote that off. I'm like, it's for me buying cards. My Barnes and Noble membership, wrote that off. But even when you write stuff off, it doesn't really, it's not that much money. But it's just a volume game from what I'm seeing. Like my tactic works. It would still work for you even if you did non-machinable stamps. It's just a lot of that's going to be, just a lot of that. It's just going to be taxed in profit. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Never disclose how much you paid in taxes in your video. You don't have to say, but is it really that bad? It was. So when I first did my taxes, so I have a $4,000 credit because I put solar on my house where I lived. And then when I plugged in all the numbers without expensing stuff, I owed $2,000. And so I started expensing stuff. And then because of the expenses, it basically broke even because of all like the actual stuff I bought though. But this year I will not have bought it. That's the problem. So because I was expensing my printer, my label printer, the scale, the picture in back of me, the shelves, like I expensed all these things. So now this year I won't have that. So now I'm going to be in the negatives. I'm going to have to owe taxes. That's the problem. I'm going to have to owe thousands of dollars. I also bought a computer that was $800 and I expensed that. 2 monitors, all the stands. So yeah, they're gonna next year. If I do the same volume, it's probably gonna be about $2,000 to $3,000 in taxes that I have to pay for the same amount of stuff I sold, which is about like $16,000 worth of cards. Yeah, it definitely does. Well, so when you're selling on TCG Player, right? Or you're selling eBay? Yeah, you have to be. eBay has their own shipping. But you're selling bulk with it also, I'd assume, because if you're just selling the hits, it's not. You probably wouldn't send them in just a regular stamp if you're selling really big hits. So you're selling bulk, obviously. But how much are you sell? How much is that bulk listed? Like a common card, how much are you selling that for? Or are you skipping commons altogether? She took priced everything under 49 cents to 49 cents. Well, yeah. Well, that makes it harder. I was hoping you were going to say your floor was like 5 cents or something, and but just raise that and you'll get the money. Um, what about the average thing you sell? Because I actually don't get a lot of 49-cent orders. It occasionally happens where someone just buys a 49-cent card, but most of mine is they're usually buying like at least 4 or 5 cards. So you still should be reaching profit, even with non-machinable. Like I have, what do I have? I sold something since I've been streaming. You know, I packed up everything before. So this will fit in a plain white envelope. And we got this person bought one actual rare for $10 and the rest were like 49 cents. So even if I was to non-machinable this, I'd still be making a good amount of profit even after the fees. So are you just getting unlucky with a lot of just straight 49-cent card sales? I also wish there was a way to put a limit on it. Like you can only order, the minimum order is $2. That'd be nice if it was possible. Well, it's nice to know that my advice works though. That people are buying 49-cent cards from you and other people are selling it for a penny. I don't know what to say about that though, because sometimes people do buy one from me and it sucks. Like I eat the cost and lose maybe like 10 cents or something on them. You obviously more since you're putting in about, what is it, 40 or 50 cents more for a non-machinable. But yeah, it's very rare. So the other question then is how many cards do you have listed and between how many different games? I feel like that could factor in depending on what your answer is. Oh, we could do that one day. Definitely not tonight though, because I need to get to bed soon. But okay, 46 cents more. So, which isn't, well, your problem I'm seeing is those single cards because my average is about 5 cards, like 5 bulk cards, so that comes to like $2.50. And sometimes they'll order 10, like they'll buy 10 bulk cards, so that's $5. But a single stamp doesn't cover that anyways. So a non-machinable one isn't too much more in that case. One game. Okay. How many different sets are you selling? And do you have play sets of all these cards? So for example, it's very rare that someone buys multiple games at once, but it does happen where someone buys Lorcana mixed with Pokemon. But almost all the sets I sell have at least a playlist or playset. So in Digimon, all my commons, uncommons, rares, I have at least 4 of them. Shadowverse, the playset's 3, so I have at least 3 of them. But if you are kind of sprinkled around, I can see why they're buying just one because you might not have enough. I mean, I'm assuming until you say, how many cards you have, it's going to be really hard. So they sell $2.49. I don't understand why it has to be $2.49 worth of cards. What are you charging for shipping? Yeah, because if someone buys $2.49 of cards, how much is the customer paying in shipping? That could be your problem. How many cards do I have listed? I have a ton of cards that aren't listed, by the way. Okay, 2 cards at 49 cents. Yeah, that makes sense. You need to raise that inventory. So if you have $5,000 in cards, and I'm assuming a lot of them are going to be rares also, or mythics and everything. I've done a little bit of Magic. I used to play a lot. That was my first TCG that I played back when Revised came out. I mean, they do add it, but they're still paying $1.31 extra into like they're still paying for the shipping, so you're only paying a little more when you do the non-machinable. I mean, plus the envelope and shipping shield or top loader that you're shipping with. So my inventory right now, and I have not uploaded. I haven't listed in a long time because I'm lazy. Not $5,000. Okay, so you have 5,000 cards. I have 23,591. And that's me not putting any more stuff in there in probably months. So at some point I had 40,000 cards listed. So I would say that's the big difference there. I think that's your issue. Once you get those 12,000 cards, and that's still not even a lot of cards, by the way, when it comes to bulk. Once you get those cards in there, you're less likely to have the people buying things for 49 cents. Just one single thing. Like, you need to raise that. You need to get to 20,000, 40,000. Like, the more bulk you have listed, the easier it's going to get to make money on every single order. Like, I rarely lose money on orders now just because, like I said, most people buy at least 5 cards from me at a time. So get those numbers up. You're going to have to sit there 8 hours, just sit there and just bang out all these cards. Yeah. But that's going to screw you. I think if you had the 12,000, if you had all your cards in there now and you kept buying inventory and increasing it, I think you could get away easily with having to pay for the non-machinable stamps. And on top of that, you don't have to worry. So if you're doing non-machinable stamps, you don't have to worry about it possibly coming back, because I have had a couple of things returned to me when it hits a post office like yours. But yours is just going to go right through. Bulk sales a lot. Average order is $6 to $8. Okay. So if that's the case, why do you feel like you're losing a lot of money? because of the non-machinable stamps. You should still be making a good amount. I mean, yeah, you're going to... I mean, it sucks when you put the math and you're like, I could have made or saved this much extra in stamps. But in the end, you're still... If you're selling $6 to $8 worth of bulk per, you're still making profit. Non-machinable stamp, so that's a type of stamp that, you know, it costs more, and it basically means it's not supposed to go through the auto sorter. So it's to be kind of hand sorted. And when envelopes get too thick or they weigh too much, they're not supposed to go through the auto sorter. They're supposed to have that non-machinable stamp on it. But it really depends on what your post office does, because they all have different rules. Like, my post office doesn't care. I can put a single stamp on it in a thick envelope and they still send it off. So it's just unlucky. I think it's the wording that needs to be changed. Because your business isn't operating at a loss. You're just paying more in operational expenses. But how many sales do you have so far? Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's just slightly different. Because when you say losses, it almost sounds like you're not making money. But yes, you're right. It does cut into your profits. That is true. But more volume that you do, the less it's going to be noticeable. How much are they? Non-machinable stamps are $1. Was it 20 something? Hold on. Non-machinable stamps are $1.19. And a regular stamp is like 73 cents. So a little more value there. Recently changed your shipping to free over 5 and been getting 40 plus orders a day. Nice. Yeah, as soon as I could switch to free over 5, mine shot up also. I was doing a lot too, but I don't know. I had to slow down and stop listing because 40 plus a day is rough. What kind of cards do you sell? You doing Pokemon? You doing Magic? First 370 orders paid an additional $210 in postage and have to. And 1 ounce stands. I do that too. So I notice if you do a regular stamp and a 1 ounce stamp, usually just goes through just fine. But technically, it's not supposed to, because it's slightly under a non-machinable stamp cost. I think that gets you to like, what is it? 70 something plus 20 something. I think it gets you like $1.05 or something. So you're still like 15 cents short from correct postage. We're just lucky, I guess, that they still send it through. $458 orders. That's not bad. Especially if you paused it for a bit. But... And then you do Lorcana and Star Wars. Most Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! Tried Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't like... I don't know. I didn't like it because my cards were always coming just bent out of the booster boxes. So I stopped doing that. Pokemon doesn't make me a lot of money, but I still like opening it. Lorcana doesn't make me any money at all. No matter what I do. Unless those booster boxes go down in price, I'm losing money on every one of them. Star Wars is good. Don't like the game, but There's some value in there. Let's see. Pay an additional $210. How's... Oh, hold on. I want to do some math here. Let's see. 70 times 0.73. I don't know. The math's not adding up to me here. Oh. I'm like terrible at Discord. Like I was so late to using it. Let me see. Where's my actual my account profile? I feel like an old man now trying to find my actual username. Where's my username for Discord? And then you just buy bulk locally. I stopped doing that because every time I did that, the cards were all scratched up and there's like gunk on them. Let's see. I quit trying to find it. Oh. All right, I've clicked I go in lower left, click my name. I don't see any numbers. Oh, I see copy username. What does that actually do? Does that give me my numbers? Oh, there you go. I don't know why that just didn't display. Discord. But going back to it. So if you... Let me go back up to what you said. Your first orders were $370. If you put one regular stamp on them, and a stamp, let me just make sure, because I'm pretty sure there's 73 cents. Whatever stamp cost. 73 cents. So that means if you were to do it the regular way, you would have paid $270.10. 10. And then the non-machinable stamp was $119. Yeah, $119. So 1 times, what's that? 3. All right, so non-machinable for you to send all that stuff was $440.30. I mean, it's still bad. You paid an extra $170. I'm like, the math wasn't actually working. So my math shows that if you used regular stamps, you would have saved $170.20. How do I ship those cards that are 25 plus cards? Got a few orders that totaled to like 6 or 7, but had about 25 plus cards. So it it depends how I feel. So I've sent them in multiple. Some of them I sent in multiple plain white envelopes. I just split the cards up, and on them I wrote like package 1 of 2 or 1 of 3. I've done that before, but once you start creeping up to it being the same as just putting in a padded envelope, because padded envelopes on that usually with tracking are like about $3 to $5 depending on where they're going. So yeah, either I would split them up into 2 plain white envelopes. Once it gets to 3, you might as well just put it and go to pirate ship and send it off in a padded envelope. There's no real avoiding it. You could get bold, and you could try sending them without shipping shields and top loaders and everything like that, and just wrap them in paper. People have done that to me. Penny sleeve and a piece of paper wrapped around them, and they get through the mail, and someone sent me like 40 cards in 1 plain white envelope, and they got here just fine. Me, if it's going to a state over, like here to California, I've done that before, and it worked out just fine. But you just gotta kind of do the pros and cons with it. If you think it's going to get there, if not, is it worth your time? And some things you'll just lose money on. Some things you'll just, like, the shipping just eats into it. But if you're selling 25 cards for, and it comes to $6 to $7, you got to eat that cost. But the question also comes down to is, how much are you selling those cards for? Like, what's your floor? Because if you're selling at 5 cents each, like, it's not worth it. You have to have so much volume and be like a real big store to be able to do that. If you're small, you need to raise those prices, because that deters people from buying, hundreds of cards at a penny each. But yes, $170. I get what you're saying now. That is quite a bit extra. 25 cents, got to raise it. So I started out at 5 cents for my floor, and I sold a ton of stuff. I got to, level 4 seller super quick. And then I was like, this isn't working. I raised it to 20. Then I raised it to 25. And now it's at 49 cents. On average, make 250 to 325 a day now. That's pretty good. If you can keep up with that, and you're not getting too many of those where you're shipping out like 50 cards and getting like 50 cents in profit, I mean, you could keep it at 25. I get less orders at 49 cents, but I still made more money now than I did when it was at 25 cents. All right, let me, pending. There we go. Accepted. So you can just talk to me on Discord. I'm terrible at responding sometimes because I'm usually working. So 25 cents is your floor. How many cards do you have listed? Yeah, sounds good. I'm probably going to hop off soon. I know I was like, I'm going to leave at 12, but that didn't happen. But now I'm curious about UC Supreme. All right, 12K. That's not bad. 12K cards. Listing about 500 a day. Okay, that's dedication that I just don't have. I mean, I was doing that when I first started. But depending on how many of those orders that you get for 20, I mean, depending on how many orders you get that are like 25 plus cards for only like $6, I would probably raise the floor, because you're saying you get how many? You get 40 orders a day. Imagine getting like 20 orders a day and making the same amount of money, just because, you only need to sell half the cards to make the same amount of money at 49-cent floor. But if you don't mind the packing up time, I mean, sure. But I can't remember the last time that I sold 25 plus cards in one order when I raise the floor. And when I do, I've done it before, but that's 25 cards at 49 cents plus a couple of rares here and there. So the shipping's not even a big issue. Doesn't happen, or it's not many. It's like 3 that were a lot of cards. Don't usually get them. I mean, okay, then it's not so bad. Although I do still believe you could be making the same amount of money with less work by raising the floor. And like we were talking about before, you'd be surprised at how many people buy your card for 49 cents when someone else is selling it for 25 or 10 cents or even a penny. I don't know why they do it. I don't know what the human like psychology is when it comes to that, but people do. I mean, but then you have to deal with having more inventory, though. Like I have so many leftover cards just sitting everywhere. Yeah, give it a try, and if it doesn't work, I mean, you can always lower it. I will say that well, definitely, yeah, to get the free shipping, sometimes they just add in like 49 cents here or a couple of them. What was I going to say? Oh, I will say that Pokemon, for example, bulk is a lot harder to move just in general, like those common cards. With me raising my floor to 49 cents, Digimon sells really well. Shadowverse sells really well. Star Wars was selling pretty good, the ones I had. Lorcana, it depends what the meta's doing on if people buy it for 49 cents. But also depends on how many rares you have to pair it with. Like if I sell a Pokemon card, like some people will tack on some 49-cent commons. That free shipping. Yep. Few orders to 40. I know, yeah. Mine was kind of the same. You know, it's Digimon. Where are you buying your... Oh, you said you were buying them from, like, locally. I buy Digimon cards when they're on sale online. I found a lot of booster boxes for like $25, and they had uncommons and just regular standard rares selling for like $2+ and it doesn't sound like much, but when your booster boxes are $25, instant money. You can't lose. And I like buying those, the things that I can't lose on. Yeah, 100% on the whole grocery store thing. That's why I'm so tempted just to switch to one game. And I think that game, if I had to find a game where the booster box is reasonably priced and people were buying, it is going to be it's going to be Shadowverse. Like that has treated me so well. Like I could get booster boxes $25 to $30. Some of the standard rares were selling for $9 each, and then you could pull an ultimate that's $100. Like think about it, $100 out of a $25 booster box. Less cards in the packs though, but it still works out. And a lot of people buying play sets of Shadowverse and Digimon. I have not sold a single play set of anything in Pokemon. I've been doing it for about a little over a year. Just crazy to me that no one wants a play set in Pokemon. Paid $500 for 8.5K bulk. 1K VMAX EX, gold, some higher value cards. That's pretty nice. I'm surprised if you're in a small town that you have all that. Like you would think that it'd be hard. Nah, where I live, there's a lot of hustlers out here. So if I buy bulk, it's going to be just, everything's going to be gone. Anything above 50 cents is going to be gone. And it's going to be nothing but a bunch of trash bulk. Yeah, trainers sell. That's why I like when I was opening this booster box. As long as there was some trainers, especially reverse hollow trainers, I was happy with the pack. 30 minutes over the next town. How do you feel about taxes? Because at your rate, you're going to have to start paying some taxes on that. That's definitely going to eat in your progress and profits. Because if you're doing it on TCGplayer, you're going to get that 1099K. Sounds like you have a lot of time for this, so yeah, stay-at-home dad, like you said. Yeah, you got time. Oh, you'll be fine if you're setting 25%. Just make sure you don't forget certain things. There's stuff on my taxes that I forgot to expense. Especially that gas. If you're 30 minutes every time to pick up some inventory. Yep, mileage. The biggest, actually the biggest tax write-off that I had was my house. Because I could technically write off 2 rooms. This room I'm in right now, and another room where I store more cards. And that was $900, that they gave me on my taxes. Just for those 2 rooms. Tried to expense my dog too. I was like, my dog lives in this house, in this room. Can I expense her? She actually said yes if it was a service animal. But she is not, so I can't expense anything for her. I was really trying to get everything I could on taxes. Yeah, I don't have any kids, so I'd probably do the same thing. Like if I had kids, someone has to stay home. There's no point in 2 people working unless we're both making like 6 figures. Yeah, this dog right here. Tried to expense her. And she's in a t-shirt because she had back surgery. So we're just going to... I don't dress up my dog usually in just a plain t-shirt. Yeah. I mean, if you keep track of it, it's not bad. And it just hurts because once you factor in the inventory, you minus that from your earnings, then they hit you with that 20-something percent. Yeah. Second month selling on TCG. So yeah, you're from the sounds of it, you're definitely going to get that 1099 this year. Because I think it's if you make more than $600, and then yeah, you've been tracking everything though, your stamps, your tape, envelopes, all that stuff, mileage for driving around. I think you do part of your car too. Because I got hit hard on taxes, well, my profits got hit a lot too because of the YouTube channel. Because I wrapped it all into one thing. It's one business, so all the money I spent on the channel, came out of my profits. 12K in sales, nice. eBay, blah blah. Nice. Yeah, sounds like you're on a good track. Other things that ate into my profit though are all those sitting at the top. Those are like $50 to $60 each for the Pokemon Center ETBs. So my profits would have kind of been a little bit more if I didn't have. I also have a collection of some cards that I probably shouldn't have bought. So I also buy a collection of people getting out and resell collections. I haven't found a single person getting out. And I check all the time. Like I check OfferUp, Marketplace. I don't know if it's just my city, but you can't find anything and everything's overpriced. No one's selling bulk anymore. And if they do, it's a lot. February. Started with 800 on February 1st. Yeah. Only thing I'd worry about with you is burning out. That's pretty much it. I'm going to look at Facebook Marketplace right now. I bet you there's going to be nothing good in Vegas. Although I've sold some stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I used to be getting like Pokemon cards, like ETBs for super cheap before they started buying everything up. Let's see. Las Vegas. Ooh. Got some bulk for $20. What do they got here? Nope, that's too expensive. Nope, that's too expensive. Yeah, not a lot of collections in Vegas right now. A lot of people trying to sell their ETBs for like $100 over market. Same thing with boosters, boxes. V-Star boxes for 120 each. Nope, no thanks. That's expensive here. Yep, $20. They took everything out. They're basically saying common, uncommon, and rare. That's not worth it. Anyways, I'm just looking at a couple things. One guy getting married, another guy stopped their store when 151 came out. Oh. Yeah, that's a full-time job for you. I don't got the time right now. Well, I guess if I didn't have the channel to worry about and trying to grow that, I probably would have the time. But yeah, not recently. Plus, I started a new job. That also kind of messed with me. My old job was pretty relaxed. My new job, it's a new job. You gotta show up and try, give your all. So that's kind of where I am. Maybe celebrations less. 125 each. Okay. 5K for other stuff too. I think your other strength too going for you is you're putting a lot of money into it. I, on the other hand, was buying. I buy all my stuff on credit, so it makes it a lot harder for me to go to Facebook Marketplace and things like that. And I also need it to be a sure thing. Because I bet you, like, looking at this, like, I see a lot of expensive cards I probably could flip. We got some vintage stuff in Vegas right now. Machine spot at my old job. I don't know. You do this enough, you might not even want your old job. 800 cash. Yeah, mine was $2,000 credit card limit. I told myself I wasn't gonna go over it, and I never did. So I only buy like $2,000 at a time. Yeah, that's good. I haven't been putting a lot to grow it back, like grow it, because again, my limit's 2,000, so I buy 2,000 at a time. I could have scaled it, but I would have just burnt myself out, so I never did. My whole tactic was, yeah, every cent of profit I get just goes into a bank account, and when I get enough money, I'm just gonna buy a house. Yeah, it works for me though. Like I didn't lose money. I've made money. It's just the taxes hit me so hard that I didn't make as much as I thought. And I haven't actually calculated it on how much money I made per hour doing this, but it's definitely not as much money as I make in my full-time job. And that's why I'm like, I don't know if it's worth it to keep doing it, because if I'm getting $4 an hour and I'm not scaling it as much as I can, because it's impossible for me to scale it. I can't with my full-time job. I would have to have two full-time jobs. Yep. Yeah. I mean, I'm technically there. It's not going to be a good house because, like, I'm just talking about my card sales. Like, I still get money from um, affiliate links in my YouTube channel. I still get money from YouTube, and I still get money from, you know, some companies send me stuff like microphones and things. So, like, I have enough to buy like an $80,000 house in like Indiana if I wanted to. That's true. I'd rather be doing this than, I mean, technically, I'd rather be doing this than my regular day job. It's just, pay is just wildly different. Like, I would have to own like a brick and mortar shop. I'm not rich or anything. I don't get paid a super amount, but to get to what I make, I'd probably have to be one of those guys that just own a card shop. And luckily, my job is I'm in IT, so I get to spend a lot of time. I can edit videos at work and do all that stuff. How 70K in the 90s? Damn. I'm sitting in an overpriced townhouse in Las Vegas. I don't even want to think of what this would have cost in the 90s. And then my first house I bought was 150, and I was like in the hood of Vegas. And now that one's worth like 300,000. Like 25 to 30% ROI on your dollar. I'm good. Yeah, this will do it. Like this will definitely do it. Like I don't like the thinking aspect of it, which is why I just buy things at a discount, open it up, and sell it, and it works out for me. But I have made some plays where I went on TCGplayer and I bought, like 50 of the same card because it was only 20 cents at the time, and I turned around and sold it, on eBay for even more. Like that is like a better business plan. It's a lot of work doing the research and shopping around. I mean, if you're going out there and buying collections and spending that much money, you can't just throw your money at anything. House worth 325. Damn. That's California though. My townhouse that I'm in, it's tiny and it appraises for 360. And I'm attached to somebody. There's someone attached to me. I went to go look for a standalone house and they're all going for like 400 and something in my neighborhood. I have the smallest house in my community. And that was another goal, was to get this business going to where I could quit my job and end up in maybe not Indiana, but someplace like that where a decent house is $100,000. Because I could do this YouTube thing. I could sell cards from Indiana in a small town just fine. And I wouldn't need much to live. Yeah, sell slabs and sealed on eBay and locally. Just bulk. Yeah, the logistics of it is kind of bad. Like the logistics of me selling slabs locally, I can do it. Like when people found out that I was doing this, a ton of people came to me and they just bought it cash. Do I own it? I mean, I'm going to pay on it for the next 28 years, but yeah, it's going to be mine. I didn't want to rent, so. But I'm regretting it now because now I'm thinking I should have rented and then used that money to buy rental properties somewhere instead of buying this house and now trying to get rental properties at the same time. Debt to income ratio, credit score, it makes it a little harder. I've never been to Missouri. But I want trees wherever I go. Vegas just doesn't have it. Just hot, deserty. But I'm still looking. I also thought about leaving the country. I just don't know what country I'd go to. I visited so many. I like them all for different reasons. But I only like them because I have the American dollar when I'm there. If I can't make money and I go to Thailand or something, that's going to be rough. Really? My LGS is stocked. All 4 of them. I don't know how. Like some of them, they're stocked with vintage booster boxes also. No idea where they're getting them from. Like at one point they were trying to get rid of all their Pokemon because they had too much, and I was getting booster boxes for like $70 from them. And then fast forward a couple of months after, now they're completely stocked. They're selling like prismatic evolutions for like damn near $200 each, and it's just crazy. I don't know where they're getting it from. And they have a whole shelf of singles now. Oh, that makes sense. But all right, I think I need to head to bed because I've been up for an hour longer than I wanted to, and my head's starting to hurt. So, But I'll still be curious how you're doing. Since you've only been doing it such a short time, you seem like this could definitely be a full-time thing for you. What's your store name? You're listing tonight? Yeah, that's gonna take time. That's like one of I hate listing cards. Let's see. Go to channel. Posted 3 years ago. Not doing the YouTube thing anymore then? Oh, you're doing pops at one point? Like Funko Pops? I wanted to get into that, but I couldn't. 4K Blu-rays? I have so many 4K. Okay, I'm done. I'm not going to sit here and look through your stuff. I got to go to bed. But it looks like we have a lot of stuff in common that we tried. Here, I'll throw you a subscribe that way. That way I can remember your channel. Okay, I'm out. Have a good night. Good luck with your listing and sorting and everything. Officially out. See you later.